Are you possibly dealing with mold, mycotoxin, toxicity, and what is it? Many older homes deal with mold, and what creates mold, such as black mold? Well, water residue, basically any water damage, old homes that have had flooding, or even just where, cold, damp places end up with a mold buildup, which creates black mold. Now, there's other types of molds that you may not be as sensitive to, which will not cause as many symptoms. Some of them you can clean out. Black mold is not easy to get rid of, and it can make you very, very ill. So what are the symptoms of black mold toxicity? My first run-in with mold was when I was 5 years old. We moved into a home from New York to North Carolina that was extremely beautiful and huge for a very low price. Mind you, the reason that this rent was so low was because people had passed in that home, multiple families, due to the flooding that had gone on in the basement and caused black mold. Interesting and ironically enough, my grandfather was one of the first creators of a spray mold killer that actually was used worldwide. Unfortunately, he didn't even sign off on half of the patent, but that's another story. So we all got sick, had to get shots consistently. We found this out later down the road when a family told my family what had happened, and we ended up moving out within 6 months due to the mold. My mom got deathly ill in the home, ended up with scarlet fever because she was, predisposed to getting more illnesses and infections, and ended up almost passing away due to the fever she got. So after this, she ended up getting really, really ill. She ended up losing functioning of both her legs and one of her legs, and this went on for years until we left the home. She had numbness, pain, tingling, couldn't breathe, respiratory illnesses, and we all did as well, but it was worse for my mom. When we moved back up here, I noticed in the older houses I lived in that I had similar symptoms. Recently, one of my friends ended up with a mold toxicity that almost offed her as well. She couldn't breathe, she had respiratory issues, sinus issues, congestion, infections, could not breathe in any damp area. Most of her home she had to be out of most days, and it started very slow and progressively. So if you're struggling with any of these symptoms, here's what they look like. Joint pain, ringing in the ears, headaches, stomach aches, GI issues, heart palpitations. It can even cause heart infections because your body can't handle the mold in your body, and so it causes your rhythm of your heart to actually get off pace. You could have stomach issues such as constipation or diarrhea. You can have bloating. You can wake up feeling like your brain fog, stiff in the morning, inability to even function, get out of bed, mood changes, visual disturbances. It's really a neurological thing as well. So if you're suffering with memory loss and you're wondering why you can't think straight, why you're